project of my name is ELS Nothing to Worry About, so it's the question. And so then I would like to tell you what it is. So, dear Toastmasters and dear guests, today I would like to speak about our memory and how tricky it can be sometimes. To be honest, I often forget many things. I forget my keys, I forget my PIN code from my telephone, and so many things I really forget all the time. But one last thing that happened to me that made me really crazy. It was a story that happened about 2 weeks ago. I was talking on the phone with my friend, and at the same time I was looking for something in my bag, and actually it was my telephone. So I was talking to her and trying to find my telephone, and finally I told her, it's ridiculous, I cannot find my telephone, I knew I put it here. And of course my friend told me, almost laughing, that of course you're having your telephone in your hand and you are talking on the phone with me. So that's why I really thought that I had some problems with my memory state, and I really tried to find a reason why it's happening to me, because actually many people in general have such problems when they can find the left sock or when they have parked their car, so maybe it's normal, but not for me, because I try to read books, I try to do some exercises for brains or anything, so it was really strange. And also I'm also old, so I tried to find a real reason. And you know, I finally found it. I've seen some articles in the internet about a very interesting fact, and it is called Life syndrome. So this means that when a person has a lot of things to do, a lot of information at work, at home, whatever, and also receives a lot of information from mass media, so his brain becomes really overloaded with all this information and tasks to do. And finally, of course, we need to reset our computer, and that's how it resets itself. It just turns off, and sometimes we forget really very simple things to do, just recent things, maybe 5 minutes ago or so. So it's really a problem of the 21st century. So maybe you also think that maybe you have also such a syndrome. So first of all, try to answer a few questions, like, do you often forget why do you come into the kitchen and why do you actually need it? So do you put things down and then you forget where you left them? Maybe you're always asking yourself, what am I doing here, or what I was going to do? And finally, what is actually happening to me quite often, maybe you sometimes forget even the word of something. So you just don't know what to say, how to describe it, so you use your hands. And it sounds really strange, but really such syndrome exists. If you answer the most of this question positively, don't worry. Everything is fine, because there are hundreds and thousands of people all over the world that have such problems. So they just forget everything all the time, and they just don't care. But of course, we should care about it. We should do something with it. And even pharma companies, they do really very good business. And of course, they just to get rid of it for some time. And I would like to share a few tips with you how we can unload our brain and how we can give our memory some time for a rest. So first of all, we need to calm down and to receive some good emotions. Of course, it's maybe yoga or meditation. But for example, if you have some problems with putting your leg on your shoulder, it's a real problem, or to concentrate on meditation, you can use a special type of yoga, and it is called Hasya yoga. It means laughter yoga. So you do some not very difficult exercises, and at the same time you start laughing without any sense. You just try to laugh as loud as possible with other people. It sounds really strange for the first time, but actually it's really very funny and gives you a lot of emotions. So your memory really gets unloaded, and you have a very good and positive mood till the end of the day. So this is the first tip. The second tip I would like to share with you is to be creative. Actually, the right side brain is responsible for art and creativity. So we don't need to use some logical skills or to analyze something and memorize. You just took some paints and use only your hands and start painting on the paper. Just you don't need to think about what you're going to paint. Just don't think and do something. Maybe you will be a new Picasso. So who knows? Maybe he used this method. So this is the second tip about creativity. And the third tip, and of course it's not the last, of course, is sport. So to move, to go jogging, be active really means that we live. And of course, when you have some memory problems, it also will be very good. So you may go walking to the park or jogging, or maybe you can also use the Scandinavian walk as shown in this picture. It's also really fine, but anyway, it's quite an intensive type of sport, and after 10 minutes you really can feel yourself a little bit exhausted. So just try it someday. So I hope that these tips about creativity, good emotions, and sport will help you. For those who really think that they have some problems with memory, because it's really the thing that we should take care of. So try to relax, don't overload your brain, and your memory will never let you down.